me. Set my squad, my homies. Flow like water, I'm just coasting on that Hosey Brody. Never got time for a hosty, but I ain't never lonely. The only centerfold I gotta post it, who I'm gonna be. Side to scroll, the road unknown, but know for sure when I get there that I won't fold. No. Everybody think I'm crazy, that my aim is a bit insane. That's what they think. I don't blame them. That's for nobody who remember your name is big. Same big flames, three flames, 10 chop on the 3 blades. Get beat up on the speedway, chopped up like the beat chase. Then I fell off to the top spot and with me craze. Go ahead, talk while I innovate. You get cropped out when I'm in the frame. When I grip a blade like slip away, then bounce back, no ricochet. Knocked out, left in a day. So the next week, not Saturday or Sunday, them in a day. We didn't grab them dinner, rolling on my team. Ain't nobody doing like me. Do we stop the hustle? Rolling on a high speed, my team, ain't nobody doing like me. Do we have the hustle? We're the cruiser right now. We won't ride with my guy on our ship with our crew. Put my calendar out, now day one and fuck you. Well, that's not true. Left some slots for day twos, but you fuck up our guac, then the Glock will get pulled. Press to be the best on the set. I'm not a liar. Got the reaper on my neck. Setting every time it goes coming incorrect. They get their neck into a guy, so they say F you then F you. Ready for the iron and a ride for my hitters. That don't mean we ain't got heart, cause we some killers. Man, I know, but I don't speak much on my feelings. But you know that when you needin' the gorillas, that you calling on the realers. I'm a beast, way out of your reach. Tippy toe to see the top, but way out of your peak. I heard you say that you're a G, that means way out of your league. Bitch, I'm wildin' on this beat, I got you way out of your seat. So you can see where I'm rolling on the high seat with my team. Can't nobody do it like we. Do we stop the hustle? No. Will the groups surrender? No, we won't. Rolling on a high speed, with my team. Ain't nobody do it like we. Do we stop the hustle? No. Will the groups surrender? No. Rolling on a high seat with my team. Can't nobody do it like we. Do we stop the hustle? No, we don't. Will the groups surrender? No, we won't. Hey, hey.
Yo, hey, yo, hey, yeah. Still texting you, expecting you to answer. Late night on the phone, thinking that it really matter. Thought you really love me, cause you put me in your view. It really all the time, yo. So into my music, yeah. You wanna flex, so she know we next up. Now she on the gram, talking about how she blessed up. Jury like a judge, bad hoe. You can touch, yeah. Why you talking money, but you ain't got enough, yeah. That blowing cigarettes out the window. Why you say you grip 'em, but your pockets in the red, yeah. Big ballin', big band, shot it cause I said so. Big hoe, diamond chain, shining like the rain. Yo, my wrist feel like a bull. Shawty hopping coast. Why you wanna grab flex and wear for the love? Yeah, big head on my wifey. Why they got a badge on? See my wife, yeah. Gucci, Louis, Prada, it excite me. All these bad hoes, they excite me. I don't need them, I need you. Yo, hey, I don't need them, I got you. Yo, still texting you, expecting you to answer. Late night on the phone, thinking that it really matter. Thought you really love me, cause you put me in your view. It really all the time, yo. So into my music, yeah. You wanna flex, so she know we next up. Now she on the gram, talking about how she blessed up. My jury like a judge, bad hoe. You can touch, yeah. Why you talking money, but you ain't got enough, yeah. You wanna flex, so she know we next up. Now she on the gram, talking about how she blessed up. My jury like a judge, bad hoe. You can touch, yeah. Why you talking money, but you ain't got enough, yeah. Maybe it was my fault. Take all the blame you put on me. It's alright, it's alright.
I forgot I was muted there for a second. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Dirty John here, and today, oh boy, is this an exciting episode 5 of Nerdy Live, broadcasting to you live from the Midwest. And well, we have a lot to talk about today. Most of it, most of it's very interesting, I would say. Now, so, our first topic that we're going to be talking about is from an article, which actually, the topic itself got updated. And I just want to say, welcome party, welcome Reload, glad you guys could make it to the show. There's no other way to put it, dude. Sony VP fired after appearing in pedophile sting video. He allegedly planned to meet with a 15-year-old boy. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that's a yikes from me, dog. That's a yikes. So, let's read the article. Senior Sony vice president has been terminated from the electronics and entertainment giant after being caught up in an amateur pedophile sting video. George Capito was allegedly trying to arrange a meeting with a 15-year-old boy, according to a video posted by the YouTube channel People vs. Peeps. Capito had been a senior vice president of engineering for Sony for the last 8 years. Worked on the PlayStation Store according to his LinkedIn profile, and has been fired after appearing in the video. This right here is a video which we're going to be watching later on. Capito didn't immediately respond to the request from the comment submitted through his LinkedIn account. In the video, the cameraman is walking down a street towards a house that Capito is standing outside of. He then asks Pito, who he's planning on meeting, referring to him as Jeff. As the cameraman asks more questions, Capito walks back into the house and closes the door while refusing to answer. The cameraman proceeds to start yelling. He would call the cops on Capito. According to the Google Drive link posted in the video's description, Capito allegedly spoke with a person who said that they were 15 on Grindr, a social networking app for gay, bi, trans, and queer people. The two exchanged pictures. Capito told the decoy that his name was Jeff, and then he allegedly provided the decoy with his address in order to have sex. The decoy said that they would have an Uber to his location, and Capito was allegedly waiting outside. It's unclear whether the law enforcement was called following the encounter. San Diego police didn't immediately respond to the request for comment on the matter. So, we have this situation where this motherfucker right here was trying to solicit a 15-year-old to have sex with him. Yeah, scum of the fucking earth right here. Tipster posted some of the screenshots from the Google Drive on his Twitter so that way people could look at them, and it's a yikes, needless to say. Let me see if I can pull them up. Let's see. Below are the chat logs which have been released to me by Peoples versus Peeps. Prebs. The conversation starts on Grindr, then moves to text messages. So this dude starts off with pretty vulgar, vulgar messages. Basically, he's how do I say this without getting the channel demonetized? Wait, why am I worried about demonetization? I'm way below that. Basically, he's asking the person he's messaging if they like oral, and then he's like, do they have any pictures of their privates? In which case, the person says yes, and then there's a blocked message from that. And then, let's see, what does this one say? 1 second. If the screenshots would load, that would be lovely. Okay, I'm finally 15. LOL. I think we've talked before. Are you really 15? How old are you? I just turned 15 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry. Too bad. You liked performing the action. Let's just call it that. Performing the action itself. And the person says, I guess both, LOL. How old were you when you had your first time you played with a guy? Like a month ago? Who did you do it with? A friend from school? Mine was the same. I was 12 or 13. He slept over and I woke up to him. Alright. The messages continue on with him basically falling for the decoy and sending him messages. Now, here's the thing. I'm not too sure on how California law works, so I'm not a legal expert, obviously. But like, if you guys remember, the thing with the EDP thing was like it was thrown out because they didn't really inform law enforcement, and EDP ended up walking from it. Like, he can't ever get a job again, but he's not serving jail time. And I'm worried that this is basically going to be the same thing, right? And this guy's rich, so like the thing with him is it's not really going to. Well, I don't want to say it won't affect him financially because he will lose his job, but like he's he's wealthy enough to where it's like it. Like, it's not going to affect him immediately, I is what I'm trying to say. And so, let's get the video pulled up. And, it's about from sound, looks like it's about 2 minutes long. And so, let's watch it.
How many condoms do you need? Conversation. Go put some clothes on. Hey, what's up, Jeff? How's it going? Doing good. Who you out here to meet tonight, Jeff? Jeff, we can have a conversation or I can call the cops, Jeff. Jeff, I can call the cops or we can.
Look at that. Oh, shoot. Okay, the bar is blocking it. Hang on. Look at that face, dude. Look at that face. Yeah, he's not. Nah. Scumbag.
Have a conversation. No. You want to, Jeff? You want to have a conversation? Jeff, I got your face on video, you fucking scumbag. You want me to call the cops? All right, I'll call the cops. You invited over a 15-year-old kid tonight to have sex. Excuse me, everybody. This guy invited over a 15-year-old boy to have sex with him tonight. You want me to get loud or you want to have a conversation? Hey, you want me to get loud or do you want to have a conversation? Alright, you want me to get loud? Excuse me, everybody! This guy invited over a 15-year-old boy to have sex with him tonight. Are you hiding?
Imagine being someone in this neighborhood, staying up late at night and hearing that shit. Oh my god.
Up there? The cops will be here soon, scumbag.
Yeah. So yeah, this is just like that PS5 shirt. I know, right? Yeah, it was a fucking yikes. Holy fucking shit, dude. Like, goddamn. That was such a what we'd like to call in the industry, it's an oopsie. Like, okay, like seriously, dude. Like, this dude actively pursued this person even though he was under the impression that they were 15 and he's 64. Like, what in your mind thinks that's okay? This dude, complete nutcase. But then again, you know, maybe Zero can make the not Zero. Maybe Technicals can make the argument that, you know, he was in a bad mental state at the time, guys. Maybe he can make that argument for us. But yeah, this is big no. Big no from me, guys. Big fucking no. But yeah, so our next topic is going to be very interesting. Let me pull it up. All right, so if you guys, which I'm sure you guys probably have seen it, given like the audience that I roll with, given the audience that I roll with. But if you guys haven't seen it, Technicals made a video talking about the Zero case. Actually, hang on, let me pause the music real quick. So basically, what was going on is Technicals made a video talking about the Zero situation, and basically he was debunking a lot of points in the video. But well, not everyone, to put it nicely, not everyone agrees with some of the points that he was trying to make in the video. But let's play some of it for you.
Who don't even know what's going on with Zero.
I had an initial paragraph about the stuff against Zero, then I rewrote it entirely when new information came out, and now I've deleted that entirely when even more information came out, and I am replacing it with, I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
In absolutely devastating and shocking news, Zero has come out with a brand new statement confirming everything is true.
Many members of the Smash community have been accused of harassment and assault, most notably Gonzalo Zero Barrios, known as one of the most successful Smash players of all time.
Sadly, Zero attempted suicide today.
Jisoo has continued to post her own additional allegations against Zero as well, and seemingly will not let this go to rest until I'm not sure what is done here.
I do think that there is some kind of need to do very thorough research before you name specific people and specific events, especially if you weren't there or both sides of the story have not been brought up yet.
Worst case scenario is what happened here. This is literally the worst case scenario is when somebody tries to kill themselves.
So, the title of this video is What Really Happens to Zero, right? What really happened to Zero. And basically, for the first 10 minutes of, actually, first 10 to 15 minutes, Technicals is debunking a lot of the stuff that just doesn't have verifiable proof that these things have happened, right? Which is good, because you need someone to, like, clean up those events and actually get to the core argument slash core issue. However, when it comes to tackling the main issue, Technicals doesn't really do a very good job on it. He relies a lot on emotion, which, in my opinion, when it comes to a case involving alleged sexting with a minor, that's not something you want to rely on, because like a lot of people like Austin Jones, like Mini Lad, like Kira the Wolf, these people talk about how it was their mental health, right? How it was their mental health that caused them to do all this horrible stuff. But when you're trying to disprove something, especially if it's something that someone has already, especially when the person in question has confirmed it to be true, but now you're trying to backpedal on that statement, you have to bring forward proof that that isn't the case. However, Technicals does not bring any proof that this didn't happen, right? All he says is, well, the screenshot doesn't exist, right? But here's what we know about the Zero situation with Katie. He did, in fact, speak to her on Skype. He did, in fact, know her age and continued the conversation. And yes, he did, and he himself confirmed that those messages existed in his confession. And the thing is, it's not like a police interrogation where they force you to do a false confession. This was something that Zero did of his own free will, and now the ball is in his court now to prove that nothing of that nature happened. But as far as we're aware, from what he's confirmed from previous statements, that these situations did in fact happen. And if there was proof that it didn't happen, then it was up to Technicals to bring that forward. Some leaked messages were brought between Tech and Zero, because Tech accidentally leaked them in a live stream, and it was kind of revealed that Zero didn't really care about Katie at all through the situation, and that should tell you a lot about the situation. He doesn't necessarily care about clearing his name. He cares about dragging this alleged victim through the mud, and the situation has gotten so bad that now he is suing Jisoo, who, by the way, is a terrible, terrible person. Like, she has said and spread so many lies about people. But like, the problem with her is, right, she'll just take any accusations against someone and spread them around. She doesn't check them, she doesn't verify them whatsoever. It's just someone tells her something happened and then she talks about it and potentially ruins that person's career. This has gotten so severe that, like I said, Zero is now suing her. She has a GoFundMe. However, I wouldn't suggest supporting her because, like I said, she is a terrible person. But given the information that we know about Zero, it looks like he is as well. And that's the thing, right? That's the thing. Now, this didn't end here. Not at all. This didn't end here whatsoever. Because the commentary guys didn't really agree with the video, and well, Technicals couldn't handle that. He just couldn't handle that. And so he started having Twitter arguments with them, and gradually it became less about the core argument of the issue and basically them just flinging mud, so to speak. Because eventually, what had happened was, it was later uncovered that Technical's brother had done some unsavory stuff himself, like participating in drawings of minors and him, which unfortunately I saw one of the drawings that Technicals himself posted on Twitter, because I guess he wanted to show that the images weren't that bad, but they ended up being really bad. So, yeah, I got to saw that on the timeline, unfortunately. And then it was later revealed in this Reddit thread that he had sent a dick pic to this group chat filled with 13-year-olds. Yeah, it's a pretty disgusting situation. The only thing that they're using as a defense for this is, oh well, it was just a dumb joke, right? That's the only defense I've seen them have for this. But again, that doesn't really relate to the core argument, so I can see why. I can see for several reasons why Technicals is mad that they brought that up. Then he brings Zaptai into this because Zaptai is someone that Nick was able to exonerate. It's one of Nick's greatest achievements that he's done so far in the community. And now Technicals is trying to discredit Nick any way, shape, or form. ... Oh yeah, Reload. It's a messed up situation. It's a messed up situation for sure. And yeah, it's a fucking mess. It's an absolute mess because it became a thing where like Tech would just say, well, I have bigger subs than you, Augie and Nick. My analytics are better, so therefore your points are invalid. Like, he was literally pulling a rice scum and being like, oh, you're irrelevant. But, like, if you think about the core issues, this all started because Technicals couldn't take what they were saying about his video. He wanted Augie, Nick, Edwin, Tipster, he wanted all of them to support him no matter what. And unfortunately, they had some problems with his video, and he got kind of butthurt about it. That's what really started this all off, because they had problems with his video. They addressed the problems that they had with the video, and then, like, he was very aggressive. It got to the point where Augie, it got to the point where Augie and Technicals got so vicious with each other that Keemstar would then he would get the two together to do a debate of sorts on his channel. But it didn't really go well for either of them. However, there is one gem I want to share with you guys because it is hilarious. 1 second, let me pull up the clip itself.
What about when he was
Oh yeah, here we go. It's so crusty, guys. It's so crusty. It's good.
Posting his fucking cock? He posted. There's at least one photo
Look
that
at
even he admits to
Keemstar.
where his fucking penis was out, and there was a 13-year-old in there.
Time out. Okay, Tacticals. Did your brother post his fucking dick in this chat with minors?
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah, that was that was a yikes for sure. And now I guess Technicals is going to be making videos debunking like all the videos that the guys have made, all the people they've defended or the people they've accused before. Yeah, it's it was a complete shit show, and apparently I guess he's going to expose the community. However, in my personal opinion, I don't think he really has anything on the guys unless he's like dug up stuff that like the public was never aware of before. And the funny thing, like why Tech wants to die on this hill, I have no idea, right? And like I don't understand why Technicals had to use the whole emotional aspect of this story, because if Zero was really innocent, if he's truly innocent, then you need to use logic. You need to provide the actual evidence. And so far, that has not been provided. So we don't actually know if Zero is truly innocent or not. Now, this following court case is going to be very interesting considering the parties involved, whether or not they can prove their points or not. Anyway, let's move on to the next topic, which is H3H3 is getting sued. You heard me correct, folks. H3H3 is being sued another time. This is by I forget what his actual title is in the company itself, but basically Ryan Kapanoff of what is the name of the app? Triller. The guys who broadcasted the Logan Paul and Ben Askren fight. A while back they had sent out statements saying that they would be having legal action done against anyone who broadcasted the fight. And Ethan was one of them because he had played a good portion of the fight. Keep in mind the fight was a little over a minute long. So even showing 30 seconds of the fight is still technically showing about half the fight. And it's not looking good for him. I think it was done in a joking manner, but Ethan proceeded to call Ryan an Epstein lookalike, considering some allegations that were brought against Ryan a few years ago that were already debunked. So it's a very interesting case. And the thing is, right, like Ryan is trying to get Ethan taken off the platform completely. And this is something that we all usually get behind. Like, we all usually get behind the person that's trying to get deplatformed, unless there's someone like a pedophile, because, you know, we're generally not for deplatforming. But the thing is, with the Ethan thing, it looks like Ryan actually has a case that would show that, yeah, Ethan was using his platform to try and take down this creator. Now Ryan in the statement is suggesting that Ethan botted reviews for Triller. Now, I have no doubt in my mind that a lot of fans probably went over to give hate reviews of Triller, but I think it's a bit of a stretch to say that Ethan is responsible for botting. Unless they have concrete proof of that, I don't see that holding up in court. But it gets even better because he has to include him in everything. Ethan is suggesting that. Oh, hey, Revcast. Good you can make it, bud. Ethan is suggesting that Keemstar is somehow in cahoots with Ryan so that way he can take him off the platform. And keep in mind, throughout these past couple of years, Ethan has been a heavy supporter of deplatforming and taking away other people's sponsors. And the fact that he's trying to, like, give out this rallying speech of, guys, we need to protect free speech because, like, these big corporations are gonna try to take down the little guy, when Ethan himself is a millionaire with a successful clothing line. I think it's ridiculous to start crying that when, like, you're being sued because you allegedly slandered someone. Like he can't expect anything good to come out of that. It's ridiculous. Like he's trying to make connections that aren't there, as far as we know. And if you guys remember, a couple months ago, Ethan's channel had a strike on it, and he wasn't allowed to stream or upload videos for a week. Everyone thought it was Keemstar, but apparently, it was this Ryan guy the whole time. And funny enough, the incident that led to Ethan's channel getting that strike is mentioned in the legal papers. So it's very interesting because, like, this is like, if you guys remember last time something like this happened with Ethan, the whole community got behind him because, you know, he was truly in the right on that. However, not this time around. Everyone is pretty much against Ethan when it comes to this because of his previous statements of deplatforming. Unfortunately, like, here's my thing, right? I don't want to see Ethan's channel get taken away because I truly believe that unless you're a pedophile, right? Unless you're a pedophile or some other extreme, you really shouldn't have your channel taken away. But at the same time, Ethan preaches these types of ideals of constantly taking down people who you personally disagree with, making sure that they don't have their sponsors again. So when someone of a bigger status, because it's undeniable, Ryan, even though Ethan himself is a millionaire, Ryan is a bigger millionaire. So when someone who's more successful than you, more resources, can do the same thing to you, you can't really be surprised. Because, like, the thing with Ethan, right? He was used to the YouTube scene where, like, you can make a video on someone, they'll make a video defending themselves against your whatever you're saying, right? But, like, you don't have to acknowledge that, right? Even though you should, you don't have to. But going after these, like, Hollywood, California types, they are very, very quick to do the whole lawsuit thing. They drag each other out for years sometimes with lawsuits. And now he, well, he's getting a taste of his own medicine, like I've been saying. I don't know what your guys' personal thoughts are. Make sure to comment them down below if you want. But in my own personal opinion, while I don't want to see Ethan get his channel taken away. I'm not surprised at the same time that this happened. Now, for our next topic, I want to talk about Amos Yee. Now, I don't know if you guys remember who he is, but Amos Yee was a political activist, to put it nicely. He's originally from Singapore, and he was arrested in his country twice for upsetting religious feelings. Because my thoughts is this damn. Ethan and Keemstar should fuck already. I mean, goddamn, they mentioned dude, like, yeah, they should like just get the makeout session over with now, and so like that way we can all just leave, right? But like, okay, back to Amos Yee. Amos Yee was brought to the U.S. to seek political asylum from his country because his country does not have free speech. Amos Yee, upon coming to the States, would then be an advocate for pedophilia, saying that the age of consent should be lower and that pedophiles should not be jailed. He would then say this for quite some time, getting into debates with several people about this topic. And for the longest time, a lot of people thought he was trolling. However, it was revealed that that wasn't really the case, because Amos Yee would then solicit pictures from a 14-year-old girl. What is it with these pedophiles being like attracted to 14 and 15? My fucking god. Amos Yee would then talk to this girl, soliciting pictures from her, doing various roleplay activities with her, and would send pictures of his private parts to her and then have her send pictures of him. Of her. And then when they broke up, he would continuously harass her, even though she didn't want him to contact her anymore. And yeah, obviously he was jailed for this with a bond up to $1 million. And he's apparently taken a plea deal because it was 16, I believe it was 16 counts. Count them, 16 counts of pedophilia. And now I think he's only, like, it's been reduced heavily from the plea deal. So he's going to serve a significantly less sentence because he pled guilty to the charges. Unfortunately, he won't be put in prison longer because I truly think he deserves to be put in prison for a lot longer. I think life in prison with the potential death penalty because, well, yeah, it's just like it's not insane, but doing that, how can you then expect people to be cool with, like he needs to be in jail for a whole lot longer is basically what I'm saying. It's fucking ridiculous. To move on to another topic, some of you guys might know about the streamer Ludwig. I can't pronounce his name, Jesus. Ludwig was signed to, he made a deal with YouTube to exclusively sign with them, right? So he switched over from Twitch to YouTube. And for those of you who don't know, Ludwig is one of the biggest streamers on Twitch, or formerly was. So him signing an exclusive deal with YouTube to do that is insane for the platform, especially since YouTube is making efforts to promote streaming a lot more, especially in the next year. However, with the type of content Ludwig does, the thing is, not to insult him, but Ludwig is kinda, well, he's what we call a React Andy. Basically, like, he'll have a video playing and he'll give very minimal reactions to the video in question, playing the video sometime at full length. And, well, that doesn't really fly on YouTube like it does Twitch. One of the videos that he was reacting to had Baby Shark in it. And that's what got him the strike. I'm sorry, the ban. The ban from streaming for a week, I believe. And good evening, young man. Hey, Max, glad you're here. So yeah, Ludwig got the ban. And supposedly now he's got a second ban. So that's 2 already, while having this exclusive deal to sign with them. And like, I can't say that he shouldn't be shocked by this, because well, I will say this, right? YouTube is kind of inconsistent when it comes to like copyright claiming React videos, because like there are people who do reactions of like full songs, like Dolly Parton, any like latest rap albums that have come out. People do like full reactions to full albums, right? And like those apparently don't get claimed because, like, you know, they do like some trickery with it. So I will say this, the YouTube content ID system is very, very inconsistent, right? There are people who play 5 seconds of a movie clip and get their video claimed. And then there are people who upload the full movie in question and nothing happens to those channels. Because, like, for example, if your movie is from Japan, what you do is you block, like, there's a way you can block countries from seeing your videos. So if you block the country where the copyright is from, then it will never get claimed. So it's unfortunate for Ludwig that this has happened in the first place. But it's again, not to insult him, but he's a React Andy. Yeah, but let's see. Alec Baldwin was going to have a reaction channel. It was going to be called Bullseye with Baldwin, because it's not happening now. I guess not, Max. I guess not. Yeah, it's just... It's a fucking yikes, my guy. So, to talk about previous drama that's already happened... if you guys don't remember who Ray William Johnson is, Ray William Johnson was a guy who kind of made the platform. He was one of the figureheads that helped make YouTube. He hosted a show called H3H3 for a very long time, and kind of left the internet a couple years ago. He's kind of come back. But in very, he reacts to TikToks now. A YouTuber by the name of June the King made a documentary video on him. And Ray William Johnson took down the video, citing copyright. Now, the thing with Ray is it's not the first time he's done this. He has done this several times with people who've made videos on him in the past or have ever used his footage before. And people thought that he would stop doing that, but now he went back and did that with June's video. Luckily, though, he took down the copyright notice, and luckily the video is back up, which I highly recommend you watch that video. And then in other news, Vice, our lovely friends at Vice, made a whole article basically defaming Mr. Beast's new Squid Game video. The article was talking about how this was just taking the original creator's content, and Mr. Beast doesn't understand the anti-capitalist message of Squid Games. Which, by the way, Mr. Beast is fully aware of the message of Squid Games. He just wants to do the games out of love for the show and to do the competitions without, the risk of dying, because people would usually find those really fun. Just saying. People would be like, heck yeah, I want to compete in a competition like this. You know what the funny thing is? Unfortunately, this part wasn't in my last video. Yeah, the creator of Squid Games approves of what Mr. Beast is doing. Isn't that hilarious, guys? That's fucking hilarious, let me tell you, because everyone was like, oh, he's just taking the original creator's work. He wouldn't approve of this. Turns out he does. So, it's hilarious. It truly is. But yeah, that's really all I have for the docket tonight. It's kind of, I wouldn't call it slow news, right? It's just news that everyone has already covered. I'm kind of playing catch up with it. There was the VTuber drama, but unfortunately, I'm not, even though I was watching Flam's coverage of it, I'm not too informed on the culture of VTubing to really give my input on it. Can we make Mortal Kombat real? Maybe Ethan Klein and Keemstar can fight. My money is on Keemstar. I feel like with his beard, he would burn into a thorn bush and rip him apart. Turn into oh yeah, that would be hilarious if that happened. Not gonna lie, that would be super interesting. Anyway, guys, yeah, we got just about an hour on that, which I think we did a pretty good job with it. Unless there was anything going on at the last minute. Cause oh god, the fucking technical situation was such a shit show. I'm glad people had the fucking sanity to even cover that shit, because it was so stupid. It really was. And what was funny was the people who came out of the woodworks to try and support technicals too, because you had basically anyone who remotely did commentary, who Augie, good night nerdy John, be well. Oh, thank you Max. But basically you had a situation where everyone who had beef with Augie, Nick, Edwin, Tipster coming out of the woodworks to back up technicals. And when Zaptai was mentioned, Elvis the alien came out of his little hole to like chime in, being like, "Oh yeah, Augie sucks, by the way. Zaptar's totally not innocent." And like it was just funny because like as soon as like they saw someone who was like, "Oh my God, you hate them too? Come help us, make us grow." But yeah. That's pretty much all I have on the docket tonight. As you see, I, quite frankly, no more fucks to give. So with that, I'm going to play, our favorite outro song. Anyway, guys, make sure you have a lovely night. Remember, don't do anything these motherfuckers that I covered tonight did. It greatly helps you out, surprisingly. So yeah, with that, we're gonna play our favorite song.
I tried, and I tried even more. I cried, and I can't recall what for. I pressed, I pushed, I yelled, I begged in hopes of some success. But the inevitable fact is that it never will impress. I've no more fucks to give, my fucks have run up dry. I've tried to go fuck shopping, but there's no fucks left to buy. I've no more fucks to give, no more fucks I've tried to get. I'm over my fuck budget and I'm now in fucking debt. I strive to get everything done. I've played by all the rules, but I very rarely won. I've smiled, I've charmed, I've wooed and laughed, alas to no avail. I've run round like a moron to unequivocally fail. I've no more fucks to give, my fuck fuse has just blown. I've been hunting for my fucks all day, but they've upped and fucked off home. I've no more fucks to give, my fuck rations are depleted. I've rallied my fuck army, but it's been fucking defeated. The effort has just not been worth the time or the expense. I've exhausted all my energy for minimal recompense. The distinct lack of acknowledgement has now begun to gall, and I've come to realize that I don't give a fuck at all. I've no more fucks to give, my fucks have flown away. My fucks are now so fucked up they refuse to fucking stay. I've no more fucks to give, my fucks have gone insane. They've come back round and past me while they're fucking off again. I've no more fucks to give, my fucks have all dissolved. I plan many projects but my fucks won't be involved. I've no more fucks to give, my fucks have all been spent. They fucked off from the building and I don't know where they went. I've no more fucks to give, I've no more fucks to give. I've no more fucks, I've no more fucks, I've no more fucks to give.